Welcome back to part 4 of RV wall rebuild. In this video, we're going to be discussing and showing how to prep your rear fiberglass, install it, so stick with me, here we go.
So in this time lapse, you guys are going to be able to see I'm using a belt sander. I'm basically just getting the back of the fiberglass prepped of the wood that is still sticking. So I'm just making sure there's no hard edges and everything's smooth and fairly level for the most part. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm measuring the top dome of the back of the RV. The back of the RV is about 102 inches on the center all the way down to the bottom from the top. So that's two 8-foot pieces plus a small dome. Well, I'm not gonna go out and buy a whole nother piece of Luan just for the top piece. So what I'm doing is using scrap pieces from the window and a 4-foot section from the Luan I put inside the RV to replace the inside of the wall because it needed about 6 inches cut off of it. So I'm using that on the top, and then on the sides over there on the top, I'm using the piece from the window that I cut out. So I'm gonna cut that down half and put it on over here on the other side, flip it over, mark them all out, and then I'll have all my pieces to put for the top of the Luan on the outside. Then I can glue this piece up. All right, let's undo these. All right, the deal. We need this.
What is that for?
It's adhesive. What do you think we're gonna use it for?
To stick the other piece on?
All right, hold this. Shake it up a little bit. Okay. This is driver's side. Let's make sure this matches up. So this is gonna go right here, like so. I really apologize, guys. I completely forgot to turn the camera up when we were going to go and apply the rear fiberglass cap to this. Here in a minute, I'll realize what I did and readjust. Where at? Where is it not?
Right there.
Okay, so... Where is it? Will that pull up? Don't tear it, because that fiberglass will tear.
Trying to work it.
This side is not looking up.
Oh, yeah, I'm off. Oh, that's what I was worried about. That's why I needed all this stuff lined up. All right, well, can't do nothing now. This,
All the way up.
yeah,
Right
I don't know
here.
how I'm gonna...
Well, this is where that door is.
Oh, you guys are peeling back for nothing. What y'all doing? What are y'all messing me
Thanks,
up
Joe.
for?
I
Thanks,
just
Joe.
remembered that. Now down here though, we could use some still at the bottom.
Yeah.
No, the door comes all the way to here. Here.
Huh?
The door is right here.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
the way.
which is where
Yeah,
that
which is
easy
all where
spot
that is. We just need some maybe at the bottom if we can get some of that.
So you might be able to, if you can crawl in and do it from that side, it
Let's
might
pull
be
all
easier.
that stuff, all this stuff out then.
I mean, I don't know, it's just an idea.
Yes, that will work.
Let it drip down.
Forgot about that stinking compartment door.
I did too, because I mean you don't see the hole.
Yeah.
There's nothing about it. It's not when you don't see it, it's the wrong one from what I've heard.
Oh, goodness.
I can fix this. That's not a big deal. I'm gonna be covering this with
I
tape
was gonna say a lot of that
anyways.
will be trim covered anyways, right?
It will, but I wanted this as straight back on as it was going. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. Like I said, I can cover this. I'm covering this with a Turnabond tape too. So I'm putting a Turnabond tape all the way down. Then I'm putting my end piece along with like caulking on the screws.
Okay.
So it's gonna be sealed. I just wanted to make sure it was. I just want to make sure it was pretty much lined up almost exactly. Where's that roller? Get that big extension on there.
Big 4-inch extension.
Every inch counts.
I knew that was coming.
I mean, I can keep going with this if you want.
No, let's not.
Well, let us take the kids to the park and y'all have at it.
Single piper.
It's not very fun, but that's why most people don't do this. I was too.
Let's do.
Stop.
Can you put your mask on, please?
This is my mask.
What you need, baby? You're like, oh, are you worried about COVID? No, I'm worried about pollen.
He knew that he washed it and done his due diligence. Yes.
Hey, it had been months. It's been probably the Mustang show last year, and it hasn't started in like 2 months at least. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can.
Glue on it.
Yeah, I can clean that up. It's not a huge deal. All right, let me press. All right, Joe. Here. Down here at the bottom. Start pressing. Right here. Down, down, down. Like right here. Where's that roller at? It's right behind you. Yeah, roll right along there. All right, keep going across that way to your left. Okay. Let me have that spray bottle again.
No, press it right here. Want me to?
No, because I can spray it. All right. We'll leave it for another minute or something. Of course, the window's gonna go, you know, but I'd like to get it as flat as possible. Took a minute, but it all got. It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, it's what, 1/8 inch off, 16th of an inch off.
Yeah, I think it's close to a quarter.
Is it?
Over here, if you look at the luan, because I measured luan to, like I measured it's the width of a piece of luan, exactly. But that's okay, it's not a big deal. And it's a little uneven. I think there's a special type of a joint here with the spikes in it. What do they call those? Stuff. I think I might have a mending plate. I think I might have one right here, which is why it's bulging a little bit. See how fast that stuff sits? Like, just taking the time to spray it. Like, the bottom of your compartment door right here where I sprayed and then we let it sit for a minute, it sealed great. Like, I watched you when you rolled it, like it stayed together. But it's almost like the lack of time that it took. It's like it needed a minute to bond. I think it looks pretty good though. It all sealed up, I think, pretty good. All the lights are through. All the cables are through. Yeah.
That's why it's low there. Low here
Yeah.
is just kind of.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like I said, I'll have the door trim, or I'll have the window trim, and it looks pretty straight from a distance, right?
So it's gonna look good.
You should be able to tell a quarter inch.
You can't.
Yeah.
It was just funny. She mentioned.
It's all strong. Courtney, one of your hairs are over here.
Oh.
How is that even
Look,
possible?
I can deal
If
with it
it's
being
gray, I'd
off,
claim
not
it.
with your hair in there.
It's white. I mean, I don't know where. I mean,
There's
I
a
had hat
murder.
on it.
Her DNA's on it.
Hat.
It's got some Asian in it.
Like 3 days later.
What's the floor? Do what?
It's not on the floor anymore. It's on. It's like it's sticking pretty good.
Yeah, it does. I'm pretty happy with that. For a homemade do-it-yourself job, I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, it's amazing what these places charge. Stupid me, I can't believe I didn't turn the camera up when we were putting this thing on. That was like one of the biggest points of putting this thing on.
That sticks out on the inside. This is gonna stick to the
No, but I'll have my Eternabond and then I'll have my edge. And and the screws that go through the molding, I've got like 1 5/8 screws. So it's gonna go through that and into this wood, you know, the majority of the way, the frame. I got extra long screws, that way it would like pull all the way in. And I don't have to worry about, you know, these little bitty screws they use to attach these. Just, you know, they're only 1 inch long screws. And, you know, that means you only have so many threads until it starts wearing out.
Makes you wonder how the rest of it put together. You see, like you're talking about that joint. You know, where that
Yeah, I
scabbed
mean, they
piece
scabbed
was
it right here. It stopped here, and then there was like a small space, and then like a whole nother piece. And I'm like, once you pulled the window out,
You done yet?
yeah, we're almost. Once I pulled the window out, like you could just sit here and it would just like flop. Now, you know, you can't do that at all.
Did you get it on? I guess.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I guess you did get it on.
Holy crud!
What?
Something's inside this mattress buzzing.
Huh.
Hold on. Stand by.
Buzzing.
You hear it?
Ooh, look at that.
Actually, I did a big U. You did
Look.
too.
Where it's at? All right, let's go. All right, so since I'm inside, I'm actually drilling holes where I already have the frame for the compartment door cut out. So I'm drilling holes all the way around so I can put tape up on the outside and actually use a jigsaw to cut out the exterior fiberglass. All right, good deal. Nice outline. Yes, if you bring the ladder back to me. I hope so. Seal that back up apparently.
Actually take around that whole window.
Probably. If you'll get that spray, yeah, it's underneath that compartment. We'll do that real quick too.
So I need to do it once we cut that door out.
Yeah, that's true. I'll probably wait until we're done with this door. All right, so let me explain real quick what we're doing here. What we've done is we've drilled. All right. So we've drilled holes all the way around to the corner, all the way down, and all the way around. So basically, we have an outline of where our compartment door is already cut out from the Luan. So now we're just gonna put tape across to give me a good guideline, and then we'll move the tape and go to the other corners. And then we should be able to fit our door out. What we'll end up doing is probably, if this doesn't come out real well, I'll just end up taking the rest of the adhesive off from the seagulls and stuff and just make it white back here. Right on the edge of those. That's pretty much on the inside, right up against my 2x or something. So far, it looks pretty good. All those, yeah. Spray some more adhesive because there's 2x2s behind all that frame. So it should be able to spray some. What does it look like on the back? Perfect, huh? Look at that. It's right on the edge. Perfect. Don't do that anymore. I don't know, I might be able to repurpose that, or it might just look better without the. What I'll end up having to do is cutting that down because I'll have to cut it down that much because of the trim. So
Cut out a little section for the.
yeah, I don't know if it's even worth it. Or just take the rest of the decal off. What I might do is take these little birds off to make sure the color difference isn't crazy. All right, so what we did is we cut out the compartment door and realized that there was pockets of air around this where it hadn't fully sealed with that 3M90 high strength. So what we did is basically poke open and spray the spray adhesive let it sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll pull the screws out and go ahead and roll it with our roller that we were using yesterday. I don't know how long it's been. M90 doesn't always exactly work the way you want it to, depending on your temperatures, your humidity, the time you let it dry before you start sticking it. It's all relevant. So it stuck, for the most part, it stuck pretty good when I went to put it down after probably 3 minutes, I guess, 3 or 4 minutes. But there was areas that were still wanting to come undone. So what I figured out is you can take some duct tape, whatever tape, and have something it'll pull to, because what we did, I believe it was this area right here. The other day it was not actually wanting to adhere fully. So what we did is we pulled the duct tape, or put duct tape on this overnight. And as you can see, this thing is really, really good and sealed. So duct tape really works wonders when you're needing something sealed up and it'll sit overnight. We need to do one more area up here. Forgot about that one. For the most part, it's stuck. Let's do some duct tape on that as well. Ollie's. Works pretty good. Who's? Ollie's. You know, Ollie, how you brand it? I'm not helping. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're taking this Eternabond tape, which is not cheap, so you don't want to screw this up. Since it has a backing on it, this is 4-inch wide tape. We're gonna cut this down the middle, leaving 2 inches, two 2-inch strips, so it'll overlap 1 inch on one side and 1 inch on this side. We're gonna put that on before we put on all our new trim piece. All right, so now that we got our tape cut in half, we are going to start from the top. That way, when I do the top Eternabond, it'll actually overlap the sides. That way rain flows down and not into any type of crevice. So we're going to start from the top and work our way down. All right, and just like that, the two sides are sealed from this angle. So we still got to get the top and we still got to get the bottom. And if anybody wonders what I'm using, it's just basically Dawn soap and water. That's it. Make sure I have this centered because I'm going to be pulling from both sides basically. So we got all four done. Got the top. And we got the sides. We got the bottom. Of course, we have that side too. Well, I completely forgot to video placing the window into the rear fiberglass, but that's not a big deal. I put new tape on it, I put it in there, and my son's up on the ladder right now holding it because I'm inside actually trying to brace it up so that it doesn't fall out accidentally.
Go up to your right. Up here.
All right, so here's what we're doing. We've put the trim piece in, as you can see up here, and basically figuring out how the trim piece goes. And we're just, we got new screws here a while back, so we're gonna fill in as many of these screw holes as possible. Some of them don't line up for some reason, I'm not sure why, but we're gonna fill in everything we can. If we have to pre-drill new holes and then set these through, we can. Now I'm moving around up. Any gaps anywhere?
Right here, there's a little bit bigger gap than all the others.
Okay, right here. Where?
Hold on. Right here.
Okay, there's a. Let me put a screw in there. I don't have a screw in there.
Okay.
Let me see if that helps. All right, you ready? Now, how big of a gap we talking?
I think it went in a little bit.
All right, hold. Put your finger wherever the gap is.
Right here.
Can you feel it get smaller when I do that?
Yes.
Dang. All right. That's good. Let me stop it. Sean, come here. I need you to crawl in here and look for the yellow key, or the tape that had the yellow key. I don't know if it's on the desk, or if it's on the bed or the floor. Did you find it? Thank you. I need to make sure this thing, we have it before I put this on if it's locked. There we go. Thank you. All right. So we have the compartment door in. We have the rear window in, which that we're gonna have to do a little bit of caulking and stuff like that. I probably should have put some Turnabond tape around the inside edge of that before I put it in, but too late now. We'll seal it up with some marine adhesive sealant probably, and we'll be good to go. You testing it out? Huh?
I just crawled in
All right, I'm gonna lock it.
Okay, I'll see you.
Okay, see you later.
Can you grab me a bottle of water real fast so I won't?
All right, Preston, let's go. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, Sean's in here. Lock it. What do you think?
Looks pretty good.
Yep.